Morning. I'm just going to put on my gloves. It's cold out. It's I'm not the only one out anyway, even though it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm so jet lagged. We came home from New York the other day, 2 days ago, and I just can't sleep. I'm super jet lagged. Um, but it's been snowing here. I can't say that it felt like Christmas or winter in New York. Anyway, welcome to Soul Walk. I wanted to do some soul walks in New York, but nah, never happened. But continuing now. Things happen though in New York. I continue my soul search and my soul work, and when you open up yourself. Let's see if I can hold this a little bit better, like this maybe. I don't know. When you really start working, trying to hear your soul, and you listen inwards, not outwards, but inwards. I think that's a right name to it. Suddenly you start hearing things. And today I want to talk about, how do I say this? Oh my goodness, someone's working at the restaurant. There's smoke coming out of the chimney this early. Holy moly. I mean, it's only 4:30 in the morning. Anyway, when you start working on your soul, you start hearing things. And I want to talk about when you need something. When you need something from universe, from life, from God, or whatever you use. It's already been given to you, actually. But another thing, when we ask for it, so I don't know why I look so carefully to not get run over. That's no one out, really. I wanted to go down to the beach, but I think I'll walk up here first. When I walked the Camino about 11 or 12 years ago, I learned the magic about when you need something, it takes not even a second. You ask for it and it's been given to you and it will come your way. I'm going to take you back to the day when I really realized that's how it works. I had been walking for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks already. I was sort of in the mid-last stretch of the Camino. I started in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port and the French pyramids. No, pyramids, no, the French Alps. God, I guess I am tired. I haven't slept anything. I've been up all night. Anyway, and so you walk up the French Alps, and then you walk from the east coast of Spain all the way to the west coast in Spain. It's 800 kilometers. And so this is sort of the mid and last stretch of the Camino. And I had done a lot of soul search, maybe not so much soul search, you know. Life presents it to yourself when you walk the Camino. I always say that it takes about 1 to 2 weeks to stop the chatter up here, you know, all the noise that is up here. And then after 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, you start hearing what's here. Your soul starts talking to you. And I can only speak for myself, but I have found when I talk to others that walk the Camino, it's like we sort of have the same experiences. And then life starts talking to you. Things you need to work on, things you need to deal with, things that needs to be healed. And you could choose to listen and try to do the work that comes your way, or not. That is very difficult. I chose to listen, even though it was painful, but I chose to listen. And this is after sort of the worst battle. And the end of the Camino, that's when the magic really shows. Life really shows you how it actually works. You know, and this day, I had finally caught up with some of the people that I met on the Camino that I loved and I really wanted to walk with. And because of my feet, I had to stay behind and they continued without me. And I wanted to walk with them, so I took a bus and I caught up with them. And this day I'm walking with Magdalena, and I wake up in the morning and I don't feel very well. So I told her I'll see you in Astorga. And I think I need to walk by myself today because I think I'm just going to stop and paint. And yeah, because I brought my colors with me, and so I could paint a little bit on the Camino. And so I did. I sat down and I painted, and then I continued walking. And the thing is, on the Camino in Spain, the only bread, really, that they have is white bread and bocadillos. And my stomach can't take too much white bread. I get constipated, I get stomach aches, and yeah, I just can't. So I was so tired of the bocadillos. So while I was walking there, I was just longing for almond milk, muesli, yeah, all these sort of health food and things that we actually eat here in Sweden for brekkie. And I started missing that, and I longed for it. And so I'm walking on this trail, and I have this guy walking behind me, and there's a little hill, and on top of that hill I see sort of like a green wooden kiosk. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, I see it, and the closer I get, I actually see a basket with fruit and avocados, and I see almond milk, I see muesli, I see tea, like yogi tea, and I actually think it's a mirage. I think that's the word. And so I turned to the guy, sort of walking next to me, behind me, and I say, excuse me, but can you see something? right there? And he's like, yeah. Because I wasn't sure if it was just me. He's like, yeah. Okay, what do you see? And he must have thought I was crazy. And so he describes everything I see as well. So I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I stop, and this guy comes out. I call him Fabio because he looks like that, you know, romance novels, Fabio. He looks just like him. He comes out, and I guess he can just see my face when I see all this food, and he's like, it's donativo. So I could donate or not have to pay at all, but I donated. But I drank, well, ate, took a bowl, and I ate a full carton of almond milk, half package of muesli. I was so happy, and then I got so tired, and he looked at me and he said, well, I have a hammock here. Why don't you take a rest? So I did. I took a little rest. And then after, I don't know how long I was sort of dozing off there, but continue walking. And I felt so blessed, happy, grateful. And I'm like, all right, universe, thank you so much. Oh, now I just wish that I could have some woked vegetables and tofu, because that's also something you can't really find on the Camino. And but that's what I was longing for. So I come to the albergue, and I met this wonderful woman, Beth, from the United States as well. And so she sees me. She's like, hi, Camilla, are you hungry? I said, yeah. I've cooked a little bit too much food. Do you want to share with me? It's woked vegetables and tofu. Do you like that? And I'm like, I remember I was so shocked. And so I tried this out for the rest of the Camino, and everything I really, really needed, I just sort of had to think the thought, and then it presented itself to me in various different ways. And that was just amazing. And that's when I learned that what we really need is given to us. But when we come home, like when you walk the Camino, it's so easy there because you only have your backpack and yourself and life, you know. But when you come home, the chatter starts again. Life starts again with all its own stuff, you know. And sometimes it's easy to be hard on yourself. Why can't I keep this sort of feeling? Why can't I keep this spirit? Why can't I keep this magic here? You can, but it is, I'm not going to say it's more difficult, but it is sort of more difficult. But you really need to be close to your heart and your soul, which means that you really, really need to listen. And for me, I've noticed that the easiest way for me to be close to my heart and listen to my heart and to my soul is in the mornings. And really, oh shit, yeah, they said it was going to be windy today. It's really catching up already. You know, in the mornings, I need to do my soul work. I really need to do my soul work to be on that energy level, if you know what I mean. And in New York, I noticed it so well because there went days and I didn't do my soul work. And right away, a sort of depression started to knock on the door a little bit, and anxiety and all that. So I had to go back and give myself that time for my soul work, and that's right away I picked myself up again, and I could feel that it did me good. And one of these days, oh, I love watching the rabbits. They're running all over the snow right now. I'm sorry. Um, One of the days, uh, we had a bit of, not a fight. We didn't have a fight really. Um, Ian was frustrated and of various things. And one of the things are that we have a storage unit with some of my stuff from my old apartment that I just feel I can't get rid of and that I don't want to get rid of. Some of it I can get rid of, but there's some of the things there that I don't want to get rid of. I'm sort of hoping for a summer house, or something where I could use these things, if not in our apartment. And we are different there. I've built a life for 30 years. I have already got rid of at least 70% of my stuff. And this is something I have to work on. I have a hard time letting things go. Anyway, that's another topic. But one of the things, he was frustrated. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get a place where I could bring my stuff, blah, 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 my guitars, my this, my that. And so you can fill this house with your stuff. And yeah, that kind of talk. And I got upset too, and felt pressured. And I knew that, no, it's going to have to be me. It's my stuff, so it's going to have to be me. I'm going to have to find a space for my art stuff, I don't know, all my stuff. And then I was lying there, and I was like, okay, so yeah, I don't know where to go. And I was like sort of talking to life and help me. help. And I hear my inner voice. So what is it that you need? And I'm like, and in my head, lots of different images is just flashing by in my head, a church, an old abandoned church, a barn. I need a barn. I need a barn for my artwork and not have to be so careful about spilling paint or making a mess, and have the space and it was just chaos in my brain with all these images, and then I just hear my inner voice say, "But Camilla, how can I help you if you don't know yourself?" I was like, shit, that's right. How can life help me? How can universe help me if I don't know myself what I need? And remember the Camino, it was so specific. I knew exactly what I needed. And as soon as you know what you need, that's when something happens. And you sort of like, this is what I need, thank you. And that's that. And you don't go into holding on to it, because on the Camino, I thought that it doesn't matter how much I needed. It probably won't be there anyway. So I just thought the thought, and then I let it go. And that's when thing presented itself for me. So I was thinking the same thing again, like, oh shit, I don't know what I need. I need to figure out what I need and then present it to life. And then yesterday, it's been chaotic in my brain a little bit, and I feel stressed out about this a little bit. And then again, I start thinking about this and having a conversation with my inner self. And once again, but what do you need? And I started again, like I've done these days, picturing this, abandoned church or a barn next to a little house or just the barn, and I can redecorate or whatever. And then I just hear my inner voice say, but Camilla, that's the future. Oh, and it hit me so hard, like, that's the future. I'm going to walk back now. Shit, that's the future. And I hear my inner voice say, what can you handle right now? What do you need right now? Here, in this moment, what can you handle? And it's also financially, practically, the whole thing. And I realized, oh my God, I've been wishing and wanting for something for the future. I don't have the money to buy even a broken down barn or a church, and especially not around here. I still don't have my driver's license. So it needs to be something that is close by that I either can bike to, walk to, or take a bus or commute in some way. Which means that it's going to be somewhere close by. It's really expensive here. So there are no barns. There are no abandoned churches that I can afford around here. So I started thinking I need a studio. But honestly, right now, I don't even have money for that. I don't even have money for a studio. I hardly have money to be, what do you call it, financially independent. Is that the word? And be equal next to Ian at the moment. So I still don't know what I need to ask the universe for. The only thing I know is I need some kind of a studio. But I know how it works. I know how it works. So I guess, like I said, I know what I need. I need a studio. I need a studio where I can go to kind of easily, that is not too expensive. And I'm just going to have to give that to universe and see what happens and when it happens and believe that it's given to me. And or maybe I don't need a studio. See, you hear, I'm still a little bit indecisible. Is that the word? But it's so interesting, that whole thought, that magic, So when you need something, picture it, what it is that you need. Put words to it and just send it out and believe that it's given to you. And it's going to be very interesting to see what will happen in the future to come, anyway. And see what's going to come my way. A little studio or a basement thing or I don't know. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. That all we need has already been given to us. And we just need to actually know what we need and put it out there. I think I talked about this already. I heard someone say this and I thought it was great. And that is that we have a home address, our soul, the home address. But sometimes we we're not staying at our home address. So when the package is being sent to us, we're not there. We're somewhere else. And but when we walk home to our address, then it's there. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not home. maybe I'm not home. I guess I'm walking home. See, guys, this is it. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't have all my shit together. I know things, but I don't have my shit together. And I think it's good to do soul work together. And that's why I'm recording these when I'm walking. I want to share my walk. And the walk is not perfect. And yeah, but I know stuff, and I'm trying to work on stuff. And so this is what I'm working on right now. That is to bring back that magic. Bring back that magic again. And yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that today. Look into your soul. What do you need? It can be spiritual, it can be physical. And yeah, connect to that magic. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next soul walk. Now I'm going to see if I can take off my gloves because they are all numb. Hugs and kisses. Bye.